Hey everyone, welcome to Restless Barbarian Gaming. My name is Bolthra, and tonight we are presenting our Wraith the Oblivion 20th Anniversary Edition Chronicle, Necropolis Hollywood. This is episode 5. This will be the last one of the current season. We're going to wrap some things up tonight and finish up our story as it is so far and plan for a second season in April at the moment. But for tonight, let's go ahead and jump into our story. Just a little housekeeping first. If this is your first time here, welcome. We're glad you found us. Please be sure to give the video a like. You can help us kind of spread the word of this channel and the game, and more people can find us who might potentially like this game. So again, we appreciate all of our new subscribers. Thank you for joining us, and we're glad you're here. Let's go ahead and meet our players. I'm going to first introduce Ninad.
I'm Nad. Tonight I'll be playing Shaggy, a very ex-metal drummer and who's in way over his head.
I almost wonder if he's one of those drummers from like Spinal Tap, because they always keep dying. So It's an idea.
Maybe.
It's an idea. And let's meet Minty Bo.
Hi, I'm Minty Bo. I'll be playing Terry Holtz, and we're going to keep a counter of how many cars Terry gets hit by today.
I should add in sound effects. Ding, ding, ding.
For anyone DBZ abridged, I'm Krillin.
Yeah.
Well, just a little
You
bit
should have
of
like a counter in the screen, bottom left.
I'll have to see if there's an app for that. All right. Well, let's just give kind of a quick recap of what happened in our last episode. The circle had gone to the morgue at one of the local hospitals, looking to see if they could uncover the remains of folks who were in the car accident that tragically took their lives. When they did manage to get in, they were chased out by this furious spirit named Dr. Cynthia Brown, who seemed to be enraged that someone would be invading her morgue. One thing they did find among the bodies was, unfortunately, each of their own bodies. They came face to face, kind of with their own mortality, and the proof that, yep, you're dead. It's not a dream or not a nightmare. One thing that was interesting, though, is of the drawers that were in the morgue, there were two that they could not get into. They almost seemed wraith-proof for some reason. They couldn't reach through it. They couldn't open it. And one thing they found was that the body of someone named Allison Jones was kept in one of these wraith-proof drawers. Was there someone protecting her remains for some special reason? That wasn't something they could determine, but they did overhear that her remains were to be picked up by a funeral home the next day. Escaping from the hospital was a bit of a challenge. Dr. Brown was apparently bringing back a Centaurian or something, I believe the term was, that she threw around. Didn't sound good to the circles, so they quickly got out of there. Again, yes, Terry did have to play Frogger, getting across the road, and well, didn't always end well. But he managed to kind of pick himself up and get moving on. He had just suggested heading to a place that was very special to him in his living days, the famous Whiskey A Go Go in West Hollywood. It's a kind of a famous music venue that has really been kind of going, I believe, since the 1960s. And we're going to give you kind of a preview of what it looks like in the real world. And to our circle, unfortunately, it doesn't quite look this bright. They can still see the outlines of light, but the sides and the front seem to be cracked. It's just this feeling of sadness in some parts of it. But they have made their way inside. And we're going to give kind of a description of what they see. But what I'd like to do first is see if the characters, now that they've stepped inside and maybe feel a little bit better about where they are, is kind of tell us how they're feeling.
Well, Terry's feeling like he got hit by a car, so not good.
Hey,
If
Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. If anyone's seen the scene from Doctor Strange of to the chest and Strange body go out, well, Terry didn't have a body anymore, and then it's. I'm gonna stop talking because I can't top that, Jeff. Terry's just rambled like an egg a little bit.
Jeff had his own rough time last night. So if anyone who watches the Trash Mob, you'll know kind of what happened to his character last night. So, Shaggy, how's he feeling?
Shaggy's kind of feeling confused by everything that's happening, still trying to absorb it. And
okay.
A bit saddened by the kind of how rundown everything looks around him.
Yeah, there's really nothing that it resembles the world they knew, but everything's broken or gray or dark or just soulless, it seems. These structures exist on your side of the shroud, but they're just almost like facades of what you remember, or are they how they truly appear, and they've just been gussied up, as they would say on the Skinland side. When you get in, there is a huge stage that is currently occupied by a band. There are a couple bars around the place, and I do believe I may actually have a floor plan, and it's tiny, but I will see if I can blow it up a little bit, and let's go ahead and share that for folks so you can get an idea what we're looking at here. Let's see.
I imagine they're going in. Nanaz having to help Terry because even though they are dead, they feel like dying again.
Yes. Yes, you did. So kind of looking at the floor plan, here's your stage. You've got kind of some tables, chairs around here, kind of some open seating areas. Here's your restrooms, those kinds of things. So not the hugest place, but enough that they can fit a decent amount of people. When you arrive, you first come in, there is, like I said, there is a band playing. It is an enormous racket. I would say that Terry probably isn't down with the heavy metal, but I could be totally wrong.
I mean, Terry isn't a heavy metal fan, but it's a genre they respect. I mean, they almost touched into that genre with what they were going to release before, this whole being dead thing happened.
Shaggy, on the other hand, might appreciate it. Yeah, he might appreciate it.
What I hear of it through the
yeah, what you can hear, it's on your side. It comes through sort of muffled. It's not as clear as you might experience. But as you kind of walk in, you see a lot of humans through the shroud. You can see their life shining like a light. Whoa, heavy, exactly. Shining through. You do see some folks on your side as you kind of come in and you're near one of these bars. There's kind of a young man. It's kind of like a straw cowboy hat on. And he's just kind of leaning at the bar, and he has kind of like a Western style shirt on, jeans, boots, and he's just kind of watching you guys with kind of casual interest. When he notices you looking at him, he just kind of quick turns away, like, oh, what? I got busted. Kind of coming through here, though, as you kind of start to see the stage. If you want to find out what the name of the band is, you can. You would probably need to make a roll to kind of look through the shroud, as it were.
Can we hear them just announce themselves?
No, they're in the middle of a song, and it sounds like a Motley Crue song. It's done fairly well. In it, you'd have to probably get a little closer to the stage to get a good look at them, and they do look like they have some kind of banner up maybe even like a computer screen or something behind the band, like announcing who they are.
Well, I'll try that.
Okay. That just sounds like a perception and awareness. Let's go with that, because you're kind of trying to look through the shroud, and Terry can roll too if you'd like, if he cares.
I mean, fake hair.
Okay.
I got 3 dice, but we're gonna see.
Okay.
I got 5 successes in this roll.
Wow.
I
Okay.
got 1.
Okay. Terry, you can see that it's 4 musicians playing.
There's definitely 4.
We are the Motley Crew cover band. Well, not you're getting close. Shaggy looks through and reads that the screen says the name of the band is Slightly Crude, and they do appear to be going for a 80s Motley Crue look, back when they used to wear the makeup, kind of the Shout at the Devil days. It's back when they had a skinny singer who knew the words. So it's they're more of a old 80s kind of look of Motley Crue, but they seem to be playing the songs well, and the crowd is kind of, some of them are headbanging and some of them are just dancing. Place looks about 3/4 full, but people seem to be enjoying themselves. But again, this seems like a place that, especially to Terry, he's like, this is, this feels relaxing. I feel comfortable here, despite only having been here like a minute.
I mean, they've been here before, just not dead.
Right.
This is a second home to them.
You do see from kind of the side, and let me go back to my screen here, side, a woman on your side comes walking over this way, and the easiest description I can give is Janice from Dr. Teeth, the Electric Mayhem. Kind of long, straight hair, kind of bouncy, 60s chick kind of look. And she's like, "Oh wow, man!" And she kind of just shouts over the music as she kind of starts, "Hey, great! Hey, how are you guys?"
Oh,
Good.
I think I left half of me splattered in the street, but
I don't know what that means, man.
My friend over here has a thing for cars. So cars have a thing for him. I'm not sure which one it is.
Oh, right on, man. My name's April Starshine, and welcome to the whiskey. Have you been here before?
was here. When was the last time? About maybe a couple months ago.
Right on, man. I don't remember you, but were you dead then, or were you? Oh.
I'd say
Oh.
fresh meat, but I think my meat's already rotten.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man. Hey, well, you can hang out here as long as you want, man. We don't harsh on anything here, man. You can just chill and listen to the music, and and sometimes, if you want to just jump in somebody for just a couple seconds and just feel that beat, man, flowing through a pumping heart and all that, it's all cool, man.
I appreciate the I appreciate the warm welcome.
So
Thank you.
and that is funny that you say that, Jeff, because she was going to introduce herself a little more. She says, "So are you guys like musicians, man? Like, what do you? I mean, what did you do back in the living days, man?"
They let Shaggy answer first because they're still kind of like, I feel pain, but I don't feel pain. What does this mean?
I was a musician, drummer.
Oh, right on, man. Like,
Maybe PA once or twice.
a drummer, man. Like, what'd you play, man? Did you ever play like with like Carlos, man, or Jerry, or any of them, man?
I don't know any Carlos's or Jerry's. No.
Like Carlos Santana, man, like Jerry Garcia. Did you ever like play with them, man? Let me tell you, I used to play tambourine with the Dead, man. I mean, I was on the albums. They didn't credit me, man. I was more just like hanging out with the band, man. But like if you hear like Uncle John's band, that's me. That's just me right in that background, man. Just tapping along and feeling the beat, and and just back when things were simpler. I mean, people say I talk too much, but I just feel like there's just so much I can share, and making people feel welcome, because this is a really sad place, man. If you haven't noticed, I mean, look at this place. It looks like it's Halloween all the time, and it's like Halloween all the time for us, and and you can get really scared. And there I go again. I'm talking too much. I should shut up and let you guys talk about yourselves, man.
Yeah, I know. I do also feel like I'm stuck in a mystery song.
It is like that, man. It is. It gets really confusing, man. But no, I would say everybody here is cool. But yeah, some people don't want to talk. They feel like they kind of take the well, this is home kind of almost a little too seriously. They're like, well, this is my house, and I'm the only ghost who gets to walk around here. So and they want to be like the Phantom of the Opera or something like that, and and stomp around the stage and act like it's theirs. So don't get offended by anyone, man. Everybody's pretty chill, man. So I'd offer you drinks, man, but we don't have drinks over here, man. We just, when she kind of just looks back at the stage, that's slightly crude. They're playing here tonight. They're going to be here at a couple more nights. I can get you the whole schedule if you want. I mean, if you want to know what's coming up, see what kind of music you're into, you might be a night you want to go do something else. Yeah, exactly. You've been crash and run for his money, my friend. And she kind of starts to step, kind of starts walking kind of back towards the stage, and almost kind of like forgets you're maybe not following her, or possibly not listening. She's just so into her.
Terry's listening, but they're just kind of lean. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead, Terry.
Terry's just leaned up against the table, just kind of looking at Shaggy. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert at being hit by cars. But let me tell you this. It sucks. Even when we're dead.
It does. Well, I think if you weren't dead, you would be. So this is your haunt. That's my choice of words. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I said Haven earlier, but I meant haunt.
Well,
I played too much Vampire and all these other games.
But Terry just kind of looks. I mean, I haven't been here in a couple months, but I always felt home here. This is the first place I ever had a paid gig in this city. They were having what was their name? Not Smashing Pumpkins, but like cover band for Smashing Pumpkins, like Pumpkin Chunkin' or something like that, and they needed an opener because the guy backed out. They took a chance on me, and I became a semi-regular. I was going to come back here and announce my album after the event that we were driving to, but, well, funny how the world works now that I'm back.
Yes, well, at least you made it back here.
You ever play here?
No, I've never played here. I've been here once or twice. Just to check out the place. Seems nice. And, well, the dead people seem friendly. So I'm not sure what she's about. I assume she just kind of walked off by now. And
she kind of walked to the stage and just kind of assumed you were following her, and she comes back and she's like, "Oh, hey man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to walk away from you. I just get I just get real excited about the show and everything, and hey, you guys, we do shows here. once or twice a month, kind of when everything's shut down and, there's no, no living folks around here. The the Shantours and the Sandmen come in, man, and they put on a hell of a show, man. Just like some really trippy stuff, man. And you guys might want to check it out. It's pretty cool.
That might be interesting. When is the next one?
Let's see. What's today?
Shit, what is today? Because it's hard to keep track of time over here somehow.
You know what? It'll be soon, man. Don't worry. Somebody will put something together. I mean, because some folks, have like, even like relics. Like a relic harmonica or something like that from, back from the day. They get up there and they start, putting on their own song, man, or you get some of the actors, they'll come in, they'll do a play or something like that, man, and everybody just kind of chills out, and just doesn't, it's a chance to not worry about, the whole I'm dead, I'm never going to see anybody I love again shit.
The minute she says something about relics, it specifically mentions a harmonica, Terry's eyes go immediately to Shaggy to see if they're thinking the same thing. It's just, well, I think both of us, well, don't mean to speak for you, Shaggy, but I think both of us might like that.
Yeah, I think so too. I assume Natalia's, I don't know, left or
what's that?
Natalia.
Natalia
left, going back to Duchess, or is she just very quiet?
she's just very quiet.
Okay.
So yes, so that mention of that relic. I think, Terry, when you hear that, something in the player and the character is like, that's right. I'm not quite sure what the role would be, so we're going to see what we've got here. Because I don't remember if LifeWeb does anything with
LifeWeb is
fetters.
LifeWeb is fetters, not relics.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at that, because what I'd like to do is see if you might be able to help Terry out. And let's take a look at LifeWeb.
I have LifeWeb 3, if that helps.
LifeWeb 3? Okay. Yeah, you got LifeWeb 3. Let's see. Oh, come on. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Splice strand. I'm going to create a temporary fetter. Okay. Terry gets a feeling that maybe one of the areas kind of behind the bar, that there's something familiar to him. There's something he's like, all right, do dead people get deja vu? Because
they're about to.
Yeah, I'm getting this feeling that something around the bar, there's something familiar to me. And Shaggy, you notice him kind of looking that way.
I'm going to quizzically look at him, because I don't really have any strong feelings about this place.
And let's have you both make a perception, and let's do perception and investigation this time.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Terry just feels off, but they don't know what it's about.
Okay. Shaggy, you now feel like, hey, he was looking in that direction. Let me wander over there and see what.
What's
And
it
you'd see Shaggy just kind of wander off here. You don't know, hey, is he just leaving me? Is he just gonna go find his own thing? But Shaggy kind of wanders, kind of slips past some of the humans, and kind of gets over to one of these bars. And right now there's no bartender here. It's empty. But when you kind of look in here on kind of on a lower shelf, like way at the bottom, there's a like a card, like almost like a shoebox sitting there. Is Terry gonna follow him over?
They'll
Can
wait.
I try to?
Sure. Oh, go
Can I
ahead.
try to actually use my life web to sense if that there's a?
Well, that's what we're
I know
getting
that
to. That's what we're getting to. So I wanted you to get in the general direction first. Then what I'd like to have you do is use your life web. So we're going to use where are we at here? I got too many things open here.
Too many things open, like a portal to the other side.
Yeah, I got too much open here. I'm trying to get back to that page I was just looking at that had the nuts. I can't find it now. Here we go. I was going to have you use Sense Strand first.
Yeah.
And that is, do you need the rules for that?
Yeah, I'm trying to find them myself, but if you've got them already, that'd be good.
Yeah. Let me see. Powers of Control F. Guide me. So folks playing along at home that know that pain where you don't have Control F or it's not indexed right and you can't find anything with that, so you have to manually go through it.
Here we go. I found it. It is no rolls necessary, which is fine because I probably wasn't going to really have you. But this is technically looking for somebody else's fetter. But you kind of felt something, and this shoebox appears important.
Hey, Terry, I kind of look up from behind the. Come here for a moment.
Tell me you found a thing of Jack Daniels that came to the other side.
Found what?
Jack Daniel. Okay, hold up. And Terry's just gonna lumber over.
Well, there's lots of Jack Daniels bottles on this side, but unfortunately, I don't think we can get to them.
Yeah, there are bottles down below. They almost look like they're like, from what you can tell, they're almost like locked up. There's like a cage, almost like keeping, so nobody can get in. But the shoebox sits on another shelf. And go ahead.
Shoebox seems important.
When you look at it, Terry, I'm going to say you're close enough. You think you see like lost and found or something written on the box.
The hell's here? And they'll try and grab it like tentatively as if it's like, is it part of their side or is it the other
side? It is actually on your side, yeah. So it is, so you were able to grab it.
They just kind of look up and they're not going to pull it up on top of the bar for others to see, but they'll pull it on another shelf up and crack it open.
Okay. Opening it up, there's really not much in there except for a harmonica.
Immediately.
And it like almost like shines.
Hey, I know this one. And I'm grabbing sunglasses. This is not for the shadow. This is just harmonica stand-in. Terry just picks it up and just take a look at it. Let me check the back. I know this one. I got this one down when I was playing Yeah, I was playing one of my first gigs out of state. I went down to Sioux Falls and I got this to kind of commemorate it. And then I actually was supposed to use it for the album, but I ended up losing it. Didn't know it was here this whole time. But I
And
found it.
it's actually something that's come through to your side. So, but this is that same harmonica.
They'll tentatively like bring it up and not enough to like actually play it, but enough to see if it makes noise. Just try and blow air through it.
It does.
I think I want to tuck that away.
And everyone stops to listen. No, I'm just kidding. So,
and everybody claps. Well, I will be damned. It may have got hit by a car, but I got harmonica. That's not a fair trade, but I think it's the fairest I'm going to get.
Yeah.
All right. So we got small issues.
Yeah, we need to figure out when Allison is getting moved.
Well, what are your thoughts on everything we got so far?
Well, I mean, we're probably going to. I don't think they're going to do any moving before the morning. The problem is we don't want to hang around there being too visible because the Centurions or whatever they're called are going to be out there.
Yeah. I'm going to be real with you. I know we need to find more out there, but now that the hospital, at least some people in there have seen us, it might not be the best idea to get too close to it. Now, we can figure out who that person was, or we can figure out how the hell they got shit that keeps us out. But I want to run a theory by it. Now, call me a conspiracy theorist, but we end up dying in a traffic accident. All right, those things happen. It's one of the most populated areas in the entire state. Cool. Within moments, the hierarchy is there to claim. Strange, but again, very populated area. Maybe they just have people on tap. But did you notice something at that hospital?
I mean, it did seem to have like way too many dead people around.
Exactly. And one of them dead people specifically mentioned Mortimer, which means to me, either Mortimer's that's a couple honchos up on the chain, or they're just very well known. So when you have new hires, maybe you'll have like the manager there, but Mortimer seems kind of more than that. So you're telling me that the same Mortimer known to people at a hospital that have several body containers specifically blocked to keep us out, just so happened to be the same Mortimer that was at the site whenever we crashed and died. Jeff, I love you, but you're making me like break character. God damn it! In the best way.
I know. We will never have an utterly serious game, but that's fine.
I would never want one. But hold on, they pulled together. Now, I'm not saying I know exactly how this is linked. I'm not saying I got their whole master plan. But am I the only one that finds it a little fishier than seafood gumbo that all this just so happens to be lining up a little bit?
That is a bit weird. I mean, for all we know, the hierarchy somehow caused the accident for their own reason.
Maybe. I mean, we've seen people that can do stuff on the other side, and from what I understand, some people can be over here for decades, maybe even centuries. I'm going to have to guess. Who's saying all that time they ain't learned how to... All it takes is someone falling asleep at a wheel to cause a pileup.
Well, I mean, at Ali, I think you could have done something like that.
Yeah, she. I think well, you know what? For ease of play, we'll say she's there with you.
Okay.
And she says, "Well, yeah, that thing I learned to go into people and be able to move them around a little bit, but do you think somebody would purposely do that?" I mean, why?
There's something I've noticed. Every single person we've run into has made mention of you either stay or you lose control and just spiral in this Oblivion thing, or yeah, I don't know what else. But it always feels as though someone's always wanting something from us. And if someone can manipulate stuff to say target specific people or create certain accidents, like they mentioned that whole, what is it, like Green Legion, that one?
Emerald Legion.
Emerald, that's the one. Why do they gotta sound so pretty when they're so fucked up? Now, they mentioned they were victims of happenstance, and that's why they claimed over us. You think maybe they're trying to bolster the ranks by casually happen to be near where accidents happen?
And Natalia says, yeah, didn't one of those guys mention something about I mean, COVID like boosted the numbers of like the skeletal legion or something like that. I mean, people who died from diseases and stuff.
So maybe they're trying to catch up. Maybe it's just all politics, like always.
And we're casualties in the crossfire. But that also means that they have that whole rule of, oh, you're not supposed to do stuff with the living. Cool. So that means they broke their own rule.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the bar is on the floor for the hierarchy, so and they're managing to get to hell going under it. So you're not wrong. But Tara just kind of like has that very intense thinking face from someone who does not think a lot.
Yeah, I mean, cops breaking their own rules. Who ever heard of such a thing?
Listen, I'm not saying we launch a 3-person campaign against the hierarchy, or that we suddenly establish this whole claim that we were killed outside of reason. I am saying that I'm smelling some fish, and it ain't Sunday, and it's not Lent, so who's cooking fish?
It's not meant to be on Fridays.
I'm not Catholic. The point is, someone's doing some fucky. It may just be all unrelated, and that thing at the morgue is just something else entirely. It might be all unrelated, but I'd rather find out it's unrelated and go from there rather than not investigate a potential, not way back, but maybe some compensation.
Well, we're close to the hospital still, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll say everything's a couple blocks. So just keep it simple.
So maybe we should just ask around, because that woman we met, whose name I can't remember, seems very willing to talk.
Oh, you're back at the Duchess?
No,
the one here.
Starshine.
Oh, Angel Starshine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. She loves to talk.
Well, I mean, she obviously also seems like this place, and apparently so do other people. So I have an idea.
Okay.
Shaggy, you like playing the long game?
I try not to, but I can try it.
Exactly.
Who needs to worry about cars? We could just phase through them as long as they're not moving. Yep. Then you don't phase through them. You go.
Exactly. One of these days you'll learn how to do that. So.
Having to physically learn how to merge with the road to avoid being hit by cars. That's gonna be an adventure.
Ghost. I like Ghost Frogger. So.
Type the character. Now, we need to do something. I'm not saying something drastic, but apparently people like coming here. People like hearing shit, and all of us, we played music. We sang. We drums. I played standard
harmonica.
Well, I played it pretty well.
Yeah, I think Natalia you were a singer, right?
Yeah, she was a singer.
So we all got our instruments. I take out my drumsticks. Start kind of doing, because I have relic drumsticks which I keep with me. So
okay, which we're gonna get to, but you're not. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Actually, I think you did find your drumsticks earlier.
Yeah,
so-
they were in my. They were actually in my
good.
jacket.
Okay.
So
All right. So that covers
start
that.
drumming out a beat on the counter.
Yeah.
I don't have a drum.
Slightly Crude has taken a break. They kind of wander off the stage. So a lot of the audience have now kind of starting to head. They all start walking towards the bar. So you're going to have to deftly get out of the way as yes, as there's an onslaught of humans heading towards you. We're not going to make rolls this time. We're going to say you guys just kind of weave in and out. But you do find April. I keep calling her April. Her name's Angel. She'll probably become April at some point. Angel is talking to another woman, kind of a tall, thin woman, kind of has almost kind of a goth look to her. She's just kind of almost kind of looking through Angel because Angel's just
That glazed look when you're kind of
1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the other woman just kind of turns and looks at you, and then just kind of looks back at Angel, who's just yammering away.
So what was your long con that you were planning?
Well, it's not a con, but we need anything we can get. Friends, influence, a positive reputation, information, anything physical as far as physical gets over here. And people here obviously like entertainment. So I'm not enjoying the idea as much as I thought I would, but could replay our starting days. Having to play for just attention and exposure. Maybe not a band, but a collective troupe. I don't know what the word is, but all of us can perform together or solo, and anything we all bring in, we bring back together, and we use whatever we get to find out who the fuck caused all this.
Angel kind of starts waving and goes, hey guys, come on over. I want you to meet somebody.
Come, let's introduce ourselves.
She brings you over, and she kind of puts her arms around each of you and goes, guys, this is Andromeda. And the woman goes, don't call me Andromeda. My name is Zoe. You always call me Andromeda. So I think that's like your spirit name. I mean, not this kind of spirit. I mean, kind of your kind of your Zen thing, and then she kind of realizes she should probably shut up. She's like, oh, okay. Well, Zoe, these are the guys I was telling you about. They're musicians. All three of them. Even the young lady here, she was a singer. And Zoe's.
Meet you, Zoe.
And Zoe's. Let's see. You might recognize her. I guess let's do a. Let's just do a straight intelligence roll, just to see if maybe you recognize her.
One success. I don't know if that's
Okay.
One success on one die.
Okay. Well,
let's go.
Well, she looks like she might have been an entertainer at some point.
Okay.
And she says,
that kind of like that thing where she's familiar, but can't remember exactly where from
exactly.
or when or what.
Hey, you.
You are that person.
She says, well, welcome to the whiskey.
Thank you.
Do you want to join the band?
Do you have a band?
We do, but you got to audition first. Because despite what Angel's going to tell you, we don't just let anybody jump up on stage. We got to make sure you're going to be good entertainment.
Now, Zoe.
Fair enough.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that was doubt in your voice.
She's like, well, what can you do for the guild?
So we went from a band to a guild. What's that all about? Well,
Says, I'm head of the Shantoris Guild here, and we'll take you in if you've got talent. But I need to know what you can do first.
I'll tell you what. Shaggy, I know we ain't played together yet, but what's some songs, like some simple, like what's some, I can ad lib along.
I'm trying to think of.
If you say Enter Sandman and you ask me to do that solo on harmonica, I will applaud your audacity, and I will sick a car on you.
And even in the underworld, somebody goes, Freebird!
The cover band is just like, what?
She
Brains is
says,
good.
tell you what, 3 nights from now, we're going to put on a show. And I don't normally have an amateur night, but tell you what. And she looks, Shaggy, you're a drummer?
Yes.
And she said, and looks at Italia, you're a singer? And you're a singer too? You play something?
They'll actually pull out the harmonica and just do like a little trill run.
Come up with a song, perform it, and if you don't get booed off stage, you're in. Sound like a deal?
Terry looks to Shaggy first to see if they're looking in agreement.
Yep. We should be able to do something in 3 days.
Okay.
How hard can it be?
Zoe, you have an arrangement.
She kind of reaches out, kind of a cold, clammy hand, even though it's the dead. Shakes your hand.
I shake hands with her as well.
All right. So I'm going to say 3 days from now, the circle must perform at the whiskey. All right.
So we need a name.
You need to know a song first before I think you worry about your name. So.
Well.
And she's going to just kind of put Zoe just kind of puts up her hand and goes, excuse me. Just kind of slides away from you. And Angel comes over. Oh my God, that's awesome. She doesn't just let anybody perform. You guys must have really impressed her. That's so wild, man.
Tara puts an arm around Shaggy and Natalia. Well, we not just anybody. But we appreciate the compliment.
Yes. Appreciate your trust in us.
Right on, man. And like I said, man, they'll have it set up. You can use somebody's drums, man, and you guys are gonna kill it. I just know it.
Fighting back the Spartass response. Well, we got potential murders to solve, promises to
And the
keep,
songs.
and a song.
That sounds right. I still think we should do a cover of Every Day's Halloween.
Nah, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but number one, I think if we do a cover, well, we'll do it. We'll do good. I think we also gonna get booed. All right.
Let the puns commence.
You know what? The floor is open. I will try my best to keep composure. If I break during it, y'all just... Wow, I'm letting my southern accent slip there. Y'all just gonna have to deal with it. The back picture.
I was gonna say, let's pretend we're dead.
Yeah, that's...
Let's paint the town dead. But Terry does look to Shaggy and Talia. All right. Now, we need inspiration. We need something. We need something, some event, some feeling, some sentiment. It could be a pun or a metaphor, even. We just need something we all want to write about. That is the cue for open flow to ideas.
The Ungrateful Dead.
I know. How do you make dying to car accident into a song, actually?
Hold up. Asphalt, gears, transmission, Corvettes, Teslas, coupes, pickups.
Natalia says, let's see if we can let's get back to the murder thing, like kind of why we died here. I mean, I think we can come up with a name. Although this is a good one, Terry and the Banshees.
Are any of us of Irish descent by chance? Are any of us Irish?
Terry is from Mississippi. Do with that information as you will.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so the murder thing.
Well, we need to find out. Allison's body is being transported today.
Yeah. So maybe and this is Natalia. So maybe if we get back over to the hospital, maybe we can, I don't know, maybe we can see her being taken out, or if we get lucky.
Yeah.
But we'd probably have to just spend the night here, I think, or somewhere.
I think we can spend the night here. It seems like the locals seem to be friendly.
Yeah, the place still feels like home. Well, away from home.
And let's we had talked about making a roll for to see if you could regain some pathos.
Please.
So I think when we looked that up the other day, let's see, where did we put that?
And it's delightfully
Well, my passion, one of my passion is making music, so
okay.
I think that applies to the fact that we're forming a band of some sort.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. I think you roll your pathos. I think we had found it the other day, Minty.
We did find it. Give me one.
Yeah, now I'm trying to remember how you do it.
Brain, it don't want to work.
Let's take a look here. Sorry, folks, while we go over the rules here.
Oh, found it.
You found it? Okay.
One's perception. Oh no, that's Memoriam. A Wraith.
Well, I think Memoriam kind of adds into it, though. I think.
Yeah, let me check. Okay, so Memoriam is its own roll because the difficulty of this roll can change. A Wraith can roll one of their passion ratings at a time when that passion has been explored. Difficulty 6 if the Wraith is experiencing it themselves, and difficulty 8 when they observe others experiencing it. Each success grants 1 point of pathos. Okay. Additionally, once per session, a Wraith can roll their Memoriam rating at difficulty 8, with each success granting 1 point of pathos.
Let me think about it, because I know what I remember Memoriam was more when somebody remembers you.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that's technically what we want right now, but that could be something in the future.
Well, I think right now lots of people will be remembering us still because, well, what you just heard about us now. So it would be on their mind.
Yeah. Tell you what. Roll your current pathos, and let's see what successes you get. We're going to just do difficulty 6.
Okay.
And if
That's
we're
awful
doing
nice.
this wrong, we'll correct it next season.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're
Mhm.
just supposed to roll the relevant passion, but
Hey, folks, listen. This game is nothing if not about learning. Because
Yeah.
anyone trying to take a look at this book and run for the first time,
yeah,
try and run one session and come back to us saying as if you know how to do everything right.
yeah.
Yeah.
For tonight, we're gonna have you roll your pathos and difficulty 6 and see how many successes you get.
Well, I got 5 successes, but that's
Oh,
because I rolled
Jesus.
9 dice. So
Oh, you rolled
I
9
got
dice.
pathos of 9, so yeah.
Okay.
How? I got 2 out of 3 successes, so I guess
Okay.
2 back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you got 2 back. And Shaggy's probably back up to full, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm back up to full.
Okay. All right. We will research the right way to do it, but for tonight, we're just gonna house roll it. So okay.
Yeah.
You guys do rest over the next couple hours. Any wounds you had seem to your corpus seems to kind of reshape itself and almost gradually kind of heal that kind of bruising or damage that you had taken. So by the time the next day comes, you, pardon the pun, feel whole again.
Yeah. Well, Terry just has a slight bumper imprint.
Yeah. Yeah.
At one point, Terry was like watching it reform and decided to do the stupid, stuck a thumb in there to see if it would reform around it. It did. It was painful.
End of the journey, 80s rock. Okay. Here's some ideas for you guys. But we will say that you probably leave the whiskey kind of in the early morning and make your way back over to the hospital. From what you remember at the hospital, there was a kind of a side door that looked like that went to an elevator that went down to the morgue. So we're going to say, as luck has it, oh God, sorry. Death Leopard. Okay. As luck has it, when you approach, there happens to be a hearse parked at that entrance. Looking quickly around, you do not spot the Wraith who had who seemed to be watching the the Wraith who had been patrolling. You do not spot him. It's worse. But yeah, you do see this hearse out front. Getting a little bit closer, you can read on the side, it says Martinez Family Services.
Terry is like decidedly several steps back from the others, just like, I don't like y'all. I don't like cars. Y'all have ruined me.
I think this might be it.
Is that Martinez? No, that's an A. Martinez. Wait, nope. Oh no, that is an A. Shaggy, that's an A, Rat. Or am I being silly?
I'm pretty sure that's an A.
Looks like Alphabet
So
Soup. That's 3 weeks out of date.
What's traffic like at the moment?
Traffic always sucks in LA. But for this time of morning, it's not too bad yet.
So now, how do we follow the car?
Well, you have a couple options the storyteller will throw out to you. You could go into the hospital and see if said driver is still there. You could wait and for someone to come out and then try to follow the car, and then as soon as it speeds up, you're going to lose them. You could find somebody with the inhabit to get into computers and find some information for you. You've got I have a whole story that goes along with the haunted mansion. I should tell sometime. Natalia is going to suggest, why don't we see if we can find this driver? Maybe they're still down in the morgue.
I'm kind of wary of going in there, but we can.
And this, I'm not trying to railroad you. You can,
Yeah.
you can do what you like, but just
Maybe let's try that, because Natalia, could you maybe ride him and find out where he goes?
Yeah, she's able to slip through the door. It's kind of a metal door, but you guys have now found how you can kind of start to slip through some stuff without having to wait for a door to open, that kind of thing. But you do kind of slip in, and you remember that
I've seen that Centurion. I'm smudging away any bad luck on my dice. 'Cause I know out of all three of us, I'm going to be the one that summons it accidentally.
Now, the elevator is not something you could just slip into, because if it's not there, you're going to go. It's just a phase. Jeff, do you want to join us in season 2?
We would love to have you, because
we'd love to have
Yes.
it will be a test to keep it together. But
we're gonna keep this simple for tonight, though. We're gonna say the elevator opens, and there's no one in it, but you guys would be able to slip in and head down to the lower level for the morgue.
they're going down. Terry's just thinking, they're not thinking, they're just humming for a second. Song about cars. We can't rip off Shut Up and Drive. Too many people are going to know that one. There weren't any pickup trucks. I'm not writing a song about Tesla. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that right now.
Everybody getting in?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure. Elevator goes down. Door opens.
I'm ducking out to the way, kind of peering around just in case there's any other ghosts.
I don't know about Sulphur Heart, but we can talk. I don't think you guys need an angry salamander running around.
Maybe we do, though.
Maybe we do. I mean, we haven't been too well without one, so.
Attack salamander, just throw it. But
yeah, you kind of look outside the elevator. You think you hear somebody stomping along in the hallway. You kind of like peek your head out.
Slow peek.
And there's a figure walking down the hallway the opposite direction from the morgue. So it looks like they possibly came that way and they've passed the elevator. And it's just it looks like just kind of like a regular, honestly, old man for some reason. He's kind of shuffling along down this hallway, but he's kind of heading away from you. Natalia.
This
go
side
ahead.
or that side? Is he on this side?
To your right. So you would be going left to get to the morgue. So he is like basically kind of passed by you.
I mean, is he in the Quicklands or in the Shadowlands?
He is in the Shadowlands.
Okay.
This harmless looking old man shuffling down the hallway.
Okay, I think that might be on the hierarchy, so let's stay away from him.
They're probably one of the either guards, one of the other people here. You think he's just doing a round, or is he just passing through?
Who knows?
Natalia's like, come on, that's our break. Let's go.
Yeah, let's quickly run.
All right.
Again.
Okay. And she is going to slip out and kind of start walking towards the morgue.
I do
Terry,
same time to act casual.
Terry's coming around as well, but they're just still keeping an eyeball out because for some reason Natalia's like very intent and focused right now, and they're worried they're not paying attention. So Terry's like, you know what? Eyes all around. All eyes on me. All eyes out front me.
And she gets to the door and kind of peeks her head in and kind of pulls back. She's like, I don't see that crazy doctor. But there's somebody there, but there's somebody in there, and they look like they're loading up a body.
Well, can you see which body it is?
She kind of sticks in and she goes, it's one of the ones on the end that had the stuff we couldn't get through. I think that's Allison Jones. If I remember it, because she's thinking about, and remember, she had the great memory. She's remembering where each body was, and she goes, "That one, number 7. That's Allison Jones."
All right. So we still got to figure out where the hell this funeral home is before they leave.
And she's gonna kind of slip inside the morgue.
Okay, good. I follow her just to.
Okay.
Terry's staying outside the morgue to keep watch.
Okay. All right. You'd have to be a little closer. They are you see through the shroud. You see, and as you get closer, Shaggy, you see there's one figure that has kind of like a fold up gurney. It's a kind of a youngish man wearing a kind of a dark black suit, black tie, and he is talking to one of the morgue assistants, workers, whatever their technical term is. It's eluding me right now. But the worker is he's got a looks like an iPad. He's kind of checking some stuff off, and he goes, damnedest thing with this one. Toxicology came back clear. I mean, young woman, no stroke, no heart attack. I mean, otherwise she's just absolutely healthy. But they can't figure out why she drove the way she did, and caused that accident. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she was suicidal. I mean, who knows? And the man in the suit just kind of just gives a shrug and takes the iPad back from her, and the body is laying on this gurney, and you can see that it hasn't been totally zipped up yet, and you can see the woman's face, blonde hair, like mid-20s. Her eyes are closed, and there is kind of a indentation in her face where like something metal like hit her face and kind of crushed part of her face. But you can see her. This is Allison Jones. This is the first time you can actually see what she looks like.
Yeah, I think this might be the driver of the Tesla. I'm just out of curiosity. I'm going to actually try to look into the 2 things we couldn't look into before again.
Okay.
They're still blocked, or
still? Yep.
Okay.
It's just those. It's just those 2 on the end. For whatever reason, you cannot get through it.
Okay. No, for some reason I thought maybe that just the body was blocked, but
no. It's and Natalia is just kind of like nods, like, yeah, it's something about those are reserved for something. It almost seems like.
I'm sure the doctor working here could tell us, but I don't think she'd want to.
Natalia's like, you want to talk to the doctor?
No,
we got to get out of here before she shows up.
Yeah, I agree.
She's like, I don't want to stay here a minute longer than we have to. The guy in black suit, you presume is from the funeral home, zips up the bag and starts to push the body out of the morgue.
So it's worth following them, or do you think you want to climb it to him?
You want to climb on it?
Well, I'm asking Natalia if she wants to climb it.
Oh no, she's like, no, I want to do that again. That wasn't that wasn't pleasant. The guy comes out, makes a right, and starts heading towards the elevator.
Well, let's let's go. I mean, I don't think there's anything else we can do here.
Okay. You hear this shuffling noise approaching.
Approaching.
Y'all gonna do
It's
something.
getting
We gotta do it
closer.
quick.
I think we should hide.
The
There we
guy,
go.
and the guy gets up to the elevator, pushes a button. It's just kind of patiently waiting. Shuffle, shuffle. The shuffling noise is getting closer.
Come, Terry, let's get into the drawers.
Hold up, I got an idea. I think I found out a new trick. And Terry's gonna go as close as they can to that hall hidden around a corner.
Mhm.
We're gonna do something silly.
Okay. Classic
Storyteller.
distraction. So
Storyteller, I'm going to ask, what would you say the current shroud rating here is? Because we're gonna try and put keening across the shroud.
okay.
Yeah.
I would say it is probably a 7 or an 8. But probably closer to a 7 that you're in the morgue. The further you get from the morgue, it's going to be probably. So I would say probably a 7. Let's go with.
So I'm going to roll it at diff 10, but I'm going to try this. They're trying to throw their voice behind wherever the shuffling is
Mm-hmm.
to see if that could buy them some time while the elevator comes down.
Okay. All right.
Cost 1 pathos. No, my pathos. Manipulation and keening. Trust me, y'all. This is going to go great. All right. Dice gods, please have mercy on me today because it's been a rough day. Nothing.
Nothing.
But Terry looks like they're trying to whisper, but just no sound comes out, and they just look pissed. And that also means that their shadow gets a temporary angst.
Mm-hmm.
Rock on.
Does the shadow want to say anything right now, or
Bully this man. You know my philosophy. Bully this failure.
Honestly, that wasn't as bad as some of the other performances.
Natalia is gonna go for it. She jumps. She's like, we gotta get on that. We gotta get that elevator before it goes. So she's
come, let's run for it. Well, not really have to run for it because assume that the guy pushing the gurney is not really exactly going to be going very fast.
He's not going very fast, no. But Natalia is trying to get to the gurney, and you do hear a ding.
Yeah, I also.
So is Terry running?
Yeah, Terry's running because
Okay.
they try to be big brain. They got no brain.
Okay. All right. Shaggy's running?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, as the doors open and he pushes the gurney, you guys dive on either sides of him and pile into the elevator. Turning around, just as you see the door starting to close, you see an older man just kind of shuffling along, real haggard face. He looks like he suffered at the end of his life. You don't know what killed him, but this is the face he came through. Excuse me, on this side with, and he's just starting to shuffle into view as the doors close. So you successfully evaded him. Who he was, I'm not going to reveal. But
are there mirrors on this side of the elevator?
Are there mirrors in there?
Yeah.
No,
Sometimes
this is kind of.
use mirrors. Oh yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, this is kind of just like a service elevator. Wouldn't really have anything in it. But they do have those little mirror things on the corners. It's like when you're coming around a corner. But when you get back.
Okay. When we get back out, then I'll do so.
Okay.
When we get out to the elevator, then I'll do so.
Okay. Yeah. When you get out of the elevator,
As you look into a mirror, Terry, you suddenly see yourself as that same drooping eyes, like as if aged.
Okay.
And Shaggy also sees it and looks at you and says, "What's wrong with you?"
I think I'm suffering from a little self-esteem issues.
The gentleman pushes like an automated door opener thing to open the door and starts walking towards the hearse.
So we can follow him to the curse, but I mean, we're going to lose him once he drives off.
Does he still have the iPad?
He does.
Terry's going to try and hurry up to take a look at it because they need either an address, directions, just some indication of where this funeral home is.
Well, you do have the name, Martinez Family Services. And your friend Natalia has a really good memory. And there's just kind of like on the back of the hearse, there's a little Martinez Family Services with just kind of like a website and a phone number, but she will remember that for you. I'm gonna put that down for you. Keep her around as an NPC.
But as they're going, Terry's like just thinking and talking aloud. I mean, I was thinking because I think most of us have done something. I remembered, how like ventriloquists used to like put their voices like on a doll.
Mhm.
I thought I saw someone do that back at the whiskey, and I thought, all right, cool, I can try that. But apparently, when you try to push stuff through the other side, it's kind of like sucking peanut butter through a straw, and it hurts.
I'll take your word for it.
I think I'm gonna hold off on trying that again until I'm
okay.
not.
He opens up the hearse, loads the body in, and closes it up and gets ready to leave.
Terry takes 2 steps away from the car.
I was waiting.
No, they're eyes in the car, and since they're kind of in the back, eyes to the other side to keep any other cars from like pulling in.
All right, it backs up and leaves the 3 of you standing in the parking lot.
So,
You now know that Allison Jones is being taken to Martinez Family Services, but you now know her name and that she was someone in the car accident with you. So you have a lead, basically.
I mean, she was the one that caused it, wasn't it? Or what they were saying?
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it said.
Yep.
So she was most likely. So now maybe we should start trying to look for her on this side because we did find that cocoon in the Tesla car.
I mean, she is either here on this side or she didn't make it to this side. But if we can find out about her, maybe family, friends, associated ones.
You had when you investigated the car, you did find a call in her car that looks like somebody climbed their way out of it. So, and this is Natalia's memory is, to the best of your knowledge, she crossed over with you guys.
Like, her body was at the hospital.
And there was somebody arranged to have it picked up. That was quite quick.
It was quick. They said they didn't want nothing done. They want her out of there ASAP. She's the one that caused this. She came to the other side.
Maybe somebody was trying to get hurt here.
I think that someone used her as a loaded gun and is now getting rid of evidence. We got to find her before anything happens to that body.
And prepare for a show in 3 days.
And prepare for show and tell.
That's a side quest.
So when you say find her, do you mean find her body or find her? Because I think she's this side somewhere.
If she's on this side, God, I've never wanted to be a detective. Fuck. If she's on this side and She came through with us around the same time, but we didn't see her. Either she came through right before us or after we left.
Well, she might not have died immediately. I mean,
do you think Mortimer may have swept her up?
I don't know. I think he left like soon. After he finished talking to us, he left. So unless he doubled back.
Yeah, he was told to leave the site.
Yeah, so I think he would just double back that quickly because, I mean, well, from what I know of those guys, I don't think they would exactly stick to rules, but they would at least try not to be seen doing it. So,
well, I'm gonna hope that's the case because that narrows down. If she didn't go to the hierarchy, she's got to be somewhere in Hollywood. So we just got to find a relatively attractive young woman with blonde hair in Hollywood. How hard can that be?
exactly.
The only issue is that she's dead. Right.
Actually, narrows it down.
What do you think?
Well, so she would have started walking. Problem is, you don't know anything about her family or even where she was going.
Started walking. So where does that leave us? If she came out on that highway and she just started walking, which way would she have gone?
Well, she was driving in towards something, obviously. I assume she was.
Maybe, but she can't have gotten far unless she's met up with some folks.
I don't think she knows anybody on this side either.
We didn't know anybody when we first came over, but she's been here roughly the same time as us.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to suck. I have an idea. We don't have Scoops' picture yet. So if we come up to him without it, I'm worried he's going to be upset. But we got to figure something out. And who have we met so far? That would be, well, besides Angel, but still. Him and Angel are two of the more gossipy ones we've met. If someone has heard something about this person, it's going to be one of them two.
That's true.
Talia agrees. She says that Scoop guy seems to kind of know everything that's going on around here.
How far is the Whiskey a Go-Go from the, well,
couple blocks.
Couple blocks.
Everything's a couple. We're just keeping it simple. We're just a couple blocks.
For more variety, we can say several.
Exactly. I mean, I don't plan on heavy combat. We're going to be, you are, 10 squares away from them. Yeah. We're just keeping it simple.
No, I'm just wondering whether it's worth asking at Whiskey a Go-Go because here.
You can, yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out whether it's like, or it's like completely upside down. So.
Could ask Angel. I feel as though if Angel saw someone or saw something interesting, that she'd be happy to talk about it.
Yeah, definitely, but she might not have thought of it when she saw us.
Well, if we ask
Angel, because we actually already spoke to Scoop, and I think he would have actually mentioned if somebody came across the same time as us.
If he had seen him before, then.
Yeah.
Let's go see what Angel knows, and maybe we can even talk to Zoe.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So heading back to the Whiskey.
There's also, I think I've seen a couple other people there.
Mm-hmm. There were a couple other wraiths kind of wandering around or sitting around. Okay. We flash back to the Whiskey. It's nothing going on. It's morning, mid-morning. There's maybe some folks in restocking shelves and things like that. But Angel is kind of sitting at one of the bars, just kind of kicking her legs, and just looking restless because they're the restless dead. But she's just perks up. She says, "Hey, friends! Hey! Good to see you again. Good morning."
I give her a big hug.
Okay, and she's like all squishy. And she's just like, "Oh, Oh, it's so good to see you again, Shaggy. And Terry comes over, hugs Terry, hugs
Respectful hug, proper manners, because we're about to have to turn on the charm.
Hey, I hear you. Yeah, I mean, I heard you guys kind of just went out early this morning. I didn't want to bother you. I figured maybe you had something to do, but I'm so glad you're back.
Well,
we want to ask you: have you seen like I try and describe the woman we saw?
Okay.
She would have passed. She would have crossed over on us a couple of days ago.
She's like, was she an actress?
I don't know.
But she would have been coming from that big old car crash that happened a couple days ago. The pilot.
Oh, no, I didn't hear anything about that. Was that you guys? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh,
Okay.
oh, but no, nobody like that's come in. I mean, you guys are kind of really the first newbies, in in a week or so. A lot of them seem to go. They just kind of walk the streets, or maybe they just don't seem to make it. But that's why I'm so glad to see you guys, because it's nice to see new faces.
It is wonderful to meet new faces. Now, Angel, I'm not one to ask favors like lightly.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. What do you need?
So, and they'll gesture as if they're about to like reveal a great secret.
She just leans in.
So, this woman, name's Alice Johnson, and the reason we're trying to find her is, well, not only she new like us, she caused that car crash, as far as we know.
Oh,
and
bummer.
Look, we have some feelings about it, but we need information about why it happened, how it happened, because we have some questions.
Bummer. Who would? Oh man, who would do something like that? I mean, oh man, that sucks. I don't know much though. That's the problem. I mean,
Well,
maybe she, if she came over, I mean, maybe the hierarchy grabbed her or something, or did you look over at the Duchess? I know a lot of new people go there.
we went there too, but maybe she did pop by while we were out. But the reason I took all this is because I feel as though us all being entertainers, I really feel like we got to stick together. And if you do happen to hear anything that is related, I'm more than happy to hear any price you want for that information.
Oh, don't worry about that. No. That's no. If she comes in, well, what's her name?
Her name's Alice Johnson.
Allison. Okay. Yeah. No, I will let you guys know. I mean, no, that's a bummer, man. So yeah, no, on the house. No charge. I mean, I know a lot of people do that. That what do they call it? That quinto to something. This for that kind of thing. Yeah, that quid pro quo thing. I don't do that, man. You help me, I help you, man. There's no price.
Terry's fighting back every urge to say that's what it means, but they're just like, you know what? I appreciate you, Angel. And if you need something, don't be afraid to ask.
Anytime. Come here, give me another hug.
Terry would be more charming with it, but me, the player, is like, oh, I'm gonna smell like incense and weed for a week.
Yeah, if she could smell like incense and a patchouli oil, she would. But she doesn't. She doesn't have a scent.
once they're done, and she inevitably like goes off thinking we're following her, or goes and
Yeah,
talks to someone
exactly.
else, unless Shaggy has anything they want to.
No, I think they know it. I don't think they've seen her here. So she was the Duchessy earlier. I mean, I guess we can just walk around till we find her, but it just seems like
Well, we walk to the Duchess, and if we notice any other spots where she might have gone off to, go there.
I'm going to say that this is going to take a little more investigation than randomly walking the streets, unfortunately.
Sad.
So, and I don't want to make it oh, she just happens to be standing there. No, it's
Wait.
gonna be it's gonna be a little more work
Yeah.
for you than that.
I have
So,
to-
oh, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, but
Yep.
I have a question.
Sure.
Now, I will roll to remember this if you needed to, but as far as the player remembers, she was coming on from an on-ramp.
Mhm.
Would Terry know what general direction or neighborhood that on-ramp leads to? I can roll for it if you'd like.
You could. Let me see. It's definitely intelligence and
navigation.
not
Streetwise.
enigmas.
It would be enigmas if there was a troll involved.
Sorry, I just have to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because you're trying to solve a puzzle, essentially. So yeah, intelligence and enigmas.
For the folks playing along at home, that means I get 2 dice. That's great. Listen, that may not sound like a lot to some folks. That's because it isn't, but it's better than 1 or none.
It is. It's true.
That's 1 success.
Not enough that hey, this exit is from this on ramp is from this neighborhood. Not enough to go with.
Shit. All right. Thank.
You're probably going to need to combine your Wonder Twin powers with your circle. But you're on kind of the right path. He's thinking of hey, we're trying to put together.
Terry just looks very concentrating, just like, no, that's not the Bel Air. Fuck. Maybe no, not that way, because that highway closed down. All right, need to know where she was from, have her name, have her car. Would Scoops is out, at least for now, till we got something that can interest him.
Well, Scoops, you have to help.
Mm-hmm. They're on the hook for that picture, and until they can get that picture to him, Scoops ain't sacrificed none, probably.
Yeah.
They're trying to think who would be someone that would either A, have eyes on the both player and character are going to have a epiphany. Just gentle hand on Shaggy's shoulder. I think we need to go talk to Charlie.
Charlie?
I'm probably misremembering the name, but the doorman for the Duchess.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
He was, and I don't remember his name either. So let's go back.
But yeah,
I also remember this Charlie. So.
Charlie, yes, good memory. Thank you.
See, Terry's bad at remembering. I'm slightly better, but Terry
Charlie, he is Charlie the doorman.
Yeah, he seems to know quite a lot, actually.
Well, here's the thing: his whole job is be at the street level. If he's seen anyone matching that description, or anything suspicious that could give us a clue onto where a Wraith might go, he would be the one to know.
Okay. To the Duchess?
To the Duchess.
Okay. Okay. You get there. Charlie is out front as normal. There are a lot of cars in the living world, but you manage to kind of step around them. You're almost getting pretty good at this. And yeah, Charlie kind of waves you over. He's like, hey there.
Hey, Charlie.
Hello. Missed you last night.
It was a long, very productive, and wholly exhausting.
Ah, say no more. Say no more. What can I do for you on this fine day?
Q for Shaggy.
I was actually waiting for you.
Okay.
We kind of both waiting for each other comfortably.
It's one of those. You first, be first. You first, be first. Okay. Terry just kind of like puts a hand on Shaggy's shoulder, kind of like not hand, but like an arm. So, Charlie, we got some news to share with you. You know, just a little not gossip because it's actually true, but
Oh yeah, okay, sure.
have you seen anyone that looks like insert character description here? But if I'm wrong, correct me. Like mid-height, wild woman, blonde, has lower part of her jaw caved in that came from the highway.
He thinks, he's like, yeah, it sounds familiar. I remember some girl wandering up here, and she didn't. Oh.
Charlie just gets snatched.
Yeah, no. He's like, she didn't stay too long. She kind of like, how the way you guys were, kind of out of it and befuddled, and she seemed real kind of out of it, but when I told her she could stay, she didn't want to. She seemed like she changed her mind for some reason, and she just kind of went off. And he just kind of points down the street. He's like, I haven't seen her since, but yeah, I invited her in. That's the Duchess's rules. If you die, in our territory. But she changed her mind for some reason. She almost seemed kind of skittish and just kind of headed off that way.
Did she say anything? Why she didn't come in?
Did she say anything? Just that she wasn't sure why she was here. She's crying. A lot of us are crying when we come over, and she just didn't understand why she was here. I mean, one minute she's driving, and next minute she's a pile of corpses like us. So
wait, she said she don't remember the wreck.
She said she did. Yeah, she said she don't remember anything. Which is funny, is because I hate to say it, most of us kind of remember the end unless you happen to go in your sleep, or you were lucky that way. He said she don't remember anything.
Now,
maybe it was. I'm thinking maybe it was two possibilities. One is either head trauma before she actually died, or something else was driving her.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and rule you out in head trauma because I remember when the van tipped, I got knocked out, but I still remember it. Now, if she's just saying like she don't like just straight jump cut, no getting knocked out, that's fishier than Sunday dinner. I don't know what's up with me and fish today, but you know what? That's thing. Just roll with it, people. Roll with it.
Okay.
And
that is fishy.
And I'm not supposed to tell this part, but I figure I can trust you guys. There were some creeps also who came by looking for her.
Hierarchy?
I think so. They didn't seem like poachers. Like, I recognize those poachers type. Nah, these two look too slick. They I don't know. They kind of gave me the creeps too. Same thing. They were looking for her, and I acted like I didn't know her. I had never heard of her. I think they bought it. They left, but I don't know. I'm dead, and they gave me the willies.
Yeah.
And he kind of describes two guys in suits, slick back hair, very corporate looking.
Have we ever seen anyone like them, or is it just
no, nobody you've seen?
Damn it! All right.
Okay, so which direction did she go in?
And he points, we'll say west.
That way.
Further into Hollywood.
They went that way.
Exactly. He's like, they went that way, but I don't know. I felt bad for that girl, and that these creeps are looking for her. So I hope they didn't find her. I hope she found a safe place to go, and maybe she'll come back to the Duchess. Who knows? But they gave me the willies.
She's going to have to, because Charlie, I'm going to tell you a message to give to both Sarah and either through her or directly to the lady themselves. And I understand that we're new, but I need you to tell them that there's hierarchy or someone else. Someone's plotting. Also, give me 1 second, folks, because I gotta go enter a door.
Yeah. Hierarchy or someone else, or could he have just been a lone actor?
I don't know, but I'll keep an eye out for them, and I'll tell you what, if they come back, then Sarah's gonna have a word with them, because we don't want those creeps hanging around here.
No. So is there anything in that direction?
In that direction, is really kind of one of the ways you came here, that you've wandered around. Nothing of significance, but again, you didn't know what you were looking for. So
yeah. No, I'm asking Charlie.
Oh, Charlie. He's like, not really, just a bunch of, some touristy stuff, and some old movie theaters and stuff like that, but not a whole lot. But there's places, if you don't want to be found, that you can hide.
Yeah.
Apologies, folks. My roommate likes to do this thing where he orders Papa John's and then doesn't pay attention to the door.
No sweat. Yeah, so really the direction she probably would have gone, yeah, there's some old movie theaters, some touristy kind of stuff, some places that someone could hide. But if they're hiding from someone who might know the territory better than them, who knows?
Yeah.
They may
don't know the No, I don't know if but would she be hiding, or would she be, well,
who knows?
She's probably just confused by now.
Yeah, he's like she seemed really, really, really confused. Like, I mean, a lot of us are, but poor thing, she was just, oof, I don't know.
I think someone used her.
Yeah.
And we gotta set things right. I don't think we can do it totally right. But we gotta
help. Oh no. She's dead and we're dead. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I do think we should try to find her. I'm not sure how.
You know the saying, where there's smoke, there's fire? Well, there's another saying in Biloxi. If you see a running cat, you can best believe you can track yourself a running mouse. Seems like those two lovely individuals weren't being too slick about their operation. We track where they went, follow their trail, maybe even find them, get an answer somehow. And we can get another piece of this fucking puzzle.
And I think this is a really good place to wrap up for tonight. You guys definitely made some progress. You got some names, things like that. Made some good progress, but I think this is a good place to wrap up. And we will pick up again in season 2.
To be continued.
To be continued. That's exactly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So how do you guys feel?
Good.
Excited.
Good.
Excited, yeah.
Good. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I was trying not to railroad you, but in some cases, I was like, they're not gonna find anything. I'm gonna have Natalia nudge you back the right way.
It's like, that's one of the things I love when playing your games. It's that the road is so open, and then my dumbass is like, "That's the general area that I don't know yet. That's the general area. Let me take a detour real quick."
which you're welcome to, but
Yeah,
I try to run a tight game so that not let people just waste a bunch of time and then go, oh no, you don't. You spend an hour and go, oh, you didn't find anything. No, just I'm gonna tell you, there's nothing there. Just go this way. But all right. Well, we will be picking up again in April. Once we have the confirmed dates and everything, we'll go ahead and post that and let everybody know. Anybody want to have anything they want to share before we wrap up? Anything you got going on?
First, let's have a round of applause for both three here for being a great ST for this series. I am very excited to see where we go.
Thank you.
Also for Moira, I don't believe right now they'll be continuing with us. Maybe back to season 2, but I don't know. But we're very happy to have her with us. Nanad, that's not my first time playing with you. Is that we played before, or is it the first time?
I think we played. I don't know. I think it's the first time.
Maybe.
I could have swore we did something, but huge kudos and props to you. Folks, it is the holidays, so happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah. I don't know if Kwanzaa is around this time of year. I apologize for my lack of awareness on it. And for all my fellow pagans, happy Yule, if that's what your tea is. Have something warm to eat, spend some time with loved ones, or just doing some fun for yourself. Awesome. Am I missing anything?
Well, tonight is the winter solstice, actually.
It is the solstice.
Happy winter solstice, which is right now.
Exactly.
The longest night of the year.
The long night.
I think it's the shortest, isn't it? Oh, no, the longest. Oh, it's shortest days, longest night. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Which actually feeds right into a vampire game we're going to start next week. But I'll. Do you have anything you want to talk about, Nanad, before I start?
No, I mean, thanks everyone for a great game, and it's been a pleasure so far, and I look forward to the second season.
Good.
Happy whichever holidays you celebrate or don't. Just happy.
Happy whatever you want to do. That's what I say. Well, I want to thank my players again. This has been a lot of fun. We had a couple bumps, but I think we've kind of established a good game here. Again, wish Maura was with us, but she wasn't able to join us for the end. Maybe someday she'll be able to join us again. Happy holidays to everybody. Thank you again for watching. Again, if you haven't already, please click that like button for us. We will be actually next Thursday, we are kicking off a new vampire game. It is a V5, but set in the Dark Ages. It is called Postmortem. Nanad will be joining us for that game. Next week, we'll let him introduce his character and everything, and hope to see Minty in a game before April, but we'll see how the schedules align with things. And otherwise, I want to just thank everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you all again soon. Good night.
Drive safe.